explosions and all that because it's a Michael Bay film.
Yeah, you ain't wrong, Blitz. Yes. This version of Transformers 2007 is directed by Michael Bay, and yes, there are explosions. And yes, this was my introduction to the whole entire Transformers franchise, because back when I lived in Arkansas, when I was 6 years old, I was 6 in 2007, I saw this in theaters, and it changed my life. Seeing a freaking vehicle or a helicopter or whatever transform into a robot, that just wowed me. I mean, when a kid like that, of course it will wow you. So ever since, I've been wanting like toys and stuff, and then I discovered other media of Transformers, and I became a fan ever since. And I am glad for the movie itself to introduce me to the whole franchise. And I don't care what people say about the films, say what you say, but it's just so awesome.
Okay, yes, I agree with you on that. How I first got introduced to it was through, I actually watched it in DVR because I saw the recordings and I just recorded it. I was like, Transformers in live action, because I first got introduced to Transformers from Transformers Animated in G1.
Makes sense. And Transformers Animated was the first Transformers cartoon I watched, because I didn't know that there was a cartoon about it. And then I discovered that the very first cartoon was back in the 80s, which I didn't know about until my dad was telling me about the toys and stuff. So
yeah. But yeah, this movie, when I first saw it, I was rewatching some clips earlier before we did this. Yeah, it had a lot, especially like how they would, design the characters for like the Autobots and Decepticons. They were really detailed. I especially like Bumblebee's design.
oh yeah, you can go nothing wrong with that. And because of his appearance and his Camaro, every time you see Camaro, you would think of Bumblebee. I did that a lot.
That's what I did as a kid. I was like, hey, it's a yellow car. Is that Bumblebee?
Yeah, and like in Power Rangers 2017, the Blue Ranger, I believe, actually like flipped over a car that resembled the Camaro and said, "Sorry, Bumblebee."
Yes, he did. That was epic. But yeah, when it came to like the Optimus Prime, they did really good his design in my opinion.
I know, like freaking semi with flame decor, it's really awesome. And yeah, it's like one of my favorite Optimus Prime designs.
Yeah, I like with the Decepticons. Megatron's just got this side. Yeah, it was really great. Wish they could have done more of it, but it's what we got.
Yeah, it's in between either Dark of the Moon, the first one, or Revenge of the Fallen. Now for Starscream, it could go all out. It's just the same design through the trilogy, but I still like it.
What do you call it? What else could we mention?
Ratchet?
Yes, Ratchet. He had a different color in this design.
Well, of course, because the vehicle was like a different colored ambulance Hummer thing, but I liked it. Of course, the red and white variant is actually a rare toy for the his version.
Yeah, I'm gonna say, Barricade's design was epic, I gotta say, in my opinion.
Oh yeah, that's why it became one of my favorite Decepticons, because of its design and, of course, the voice actor, but mainly design.
Yeah, and Ironhide, yeah, he had a cool design, especially, like, his side guns and everything.
Well, of course, he didn't have any more, because they, like, fell off in Revenge of the Fallen. That's why he's, like, his own guns now, which he barely used.
And of course, there were others like Frenzy. Like, what was your take on it?
He was really awesome. Like, which I prefer, but that's the G1 version. Which, yeah, I prefer this Frenzy because it makes sense. Him transform to a radio instead of a cassette. So I really like that take. And I love that they choose those razor discs.
Jazz's design, yeah, it was really cool, especially the voicing of it. Yeah, it was really deep, but I liked it.
Yeah, it's really spot on.
Remember that big old fight with Blackout, though?
Oh yeah, that was pretty spot on. And what do you think about Scorponok's design?
Oh, dude, I saw that clip earlier when they were attacked by him in the desert. I was like, oh my god, that is badass.
And when I saw the G1 version, I was like, okay, wait, that was the original Scorponok? I was kind of disappointed because I was used to the Michael Bay version, so I prefer the Michael Bay version because it makes him more like a scorpion. But in the toy version of him, of Michael Bay, you get actually like transformed into a robot sort of, but he's still like scorpion-like. But nonetheless, I still like Michael Bay Scorponok.
Yeah, it was alright. And what do you thought of Bone Crusher?
Oh man, I used to have a toy of him. Not the regular one, like a green variant as like a jungle something, but I don't have it anymore. But man, he was pretty awesome.
And what do you thought of Raw's like design?
Really cool too, and of course, and that one is called Devastator. But for it to be called Brawl, it makes much more sense.
Yeah. Okay, let's talk about some of the scenes in the movie. Like, I'll bring one up right now. Hold on. So I have to put it up here. If I'm getting correct. Oh, yes. Yeah. Okay. I was right about that. Yeah. So you remember that scene where Samuel was getting attacked by a barricade?
Oh yeah. First he was getting chased by the cop car and had to ride his mom's bicycle, and he thought that one cop car, which this barricade, was a real cop. And she explained to him, and then he's like trying to run him over, and then he transformed, and yeah, that was pretty brutal. But then Bumblebee came along, and then rescued Sam and Michaela, and then Bumblebee first transformed, and then the battle pursued. I really like that mace thing that Barricade had was about to fight Bumblebee.
Yeah, that was pretty cool. And let's see, another good one would have to be. Of course, yeah, when they first got introduced to Optimus, like explaining their plan and everything, I thought that was pretty cool.
Oh yeah. Like if you look closely, you can see like inside their mouth there's like a warbling effect, like you know what I'm talking about. If you like talk or make noise, it makes like a wavy effect.
Yes, I know. Yeah. And another scene that I found funny was the interrogation scene. Remember?
Oh yeah, where Anthony Anderson was given a plate of donuts and he tried thing, and he's like, she did. I was just playing games. Get me out here, man. Oh man, Sugar Rush.
What a bitch he was.
Oh man, but Anthony Anderson is a great actor. Besides this, which I got introduced to him in the first Big Mama's House movie.
Same here, but we didn't even get the actors, but it's alright. I gotta say, another great scene I like was the fight between Optimus and Megatron.
Oh yeah, even though he was losing a little bit, and then like he asked Sam to put the cube in his chest, but then he tried to put the cube into Megatron's chest, which it was theorized that Optimus would fear that would like make Megatron stronger, but since it was so much raw power, it kind of like killed Megatron. So at least it worked.
Yeah, and gotta say, and this is in my opinion. All right. So with the Michael Bay Transformers, I don't really mind, but when the Bumblebee movie came out in 2018, I was like, oh my god, they did better with the designs. You gotta admit.
Yeah, they did. And many fans liked it, because of his cute appearance. And many other fans find Bumblebee cute, not just the Bumblebee movie, but other versions of Bumblebee. But he's still really cool. So he's like one of the popular Autobots.
Yep. And Fritz, your side, have you seen the movie?
Well, yeah, even though I have seen the first one, but I haven't really fully completed it, if I can remember, really. The only last part that I can remember is, like, the final battle, but out of all the many live-action animated films where it doesn't even focus on the characters themselves and just the humans, which I kind of, like, hate, but I still find it enjoyable.
Yeah. And I'll add another scene. Remember when they're fighting Scorponok? Lemex was trying to call Pentagon and wanted a card, and then he's going to one of the soldiers' apps, and he's like, "Where's your wallet?" And he's like, "My back pocket." You have so many pockets. Left cheek, left cheek, left cheek.
That's what she said.
That's actually good.
Yeah. But gotta say, for one of yeah, I know people say it's not good in their opinion, but I gotta say it was really good in my opinion.
Well, of course, and I really enjoyed the other movies. Well, a little bit of excitation and mixed feelings about The Last Night, honestly. I mean, I like some of the characters, like the new Decepticons and whatnot, but it just wasn't really feeling for me.
Yeah, but it was so great. And now we roll out to the cast.
Yep, starting with the goat himself, Optimus Prime, voiced by who else? The first voice of Optimus himself, Peter Cullen.
Continue for Christian.
Oh yeah, the fact that Optimus has a really cool flame to kill, that is really awesome. And the fact that Peter Cullen was the first ever voice to voice Optimus, that's why he's a classic legend. And yeah, when I first heard this voice in theaters and like we watched it a few times, it's very recognizable. It's like the best Optimus ever, like the number one best in my opinion.
No doubt about that. Yes, of course he's first. Who would you put second?
A little bit of David Kane.
Same here, yeah. But yeah, what was your first thoughts of when Chris Hemsworth got cast as Optimus Prime?
I don't know what to think, cause Chris Hemsworth never voiced a Transformer character before, and of course he's known for playing Thor in the Marvel Cinematic Universe. So I'm not sure what was the reason they asked Chris Hemsworth to play as Optimus, but I hope it goes well. I hope he does a good job of taking that mantle, but we'll just have to see. What are your thoughts, Blitz?
Well, I heard more of the story. He's basically playing a young Optimus Prime. Basically, this is a backstory of both Optimus and Megatron being friends back in the day.
Right.
And how they became enemies today. I kind of like that kind of story, like a backstory of why you become what you are today.
Yeah. But, being the, whatever you want to put it, like either Commander Autobots or the leader of the Autobots. I prefer leader because he's more leader than Commander. And yeah, what's your favorite, design of Optimus, other than the Michael Bay?
Of course, G1, the Bumblebee movie, and of course the new Beast Wars movie. This design looks great after being modeled after Peter Cullen's face.
Yeah, I agree. I like Michael Bay, animated, and Prime.
Wait, I thought you said only the one with Peter Cullen.
Oh no! I mean, besides the Michael Bay version, which one you like design-wise?
Okay, then yeah, I go with animated Prime. What do you call it? I kind of like the Robots in Disguise, not from 2015, kind of like 2001.
All right, that's fair. And I'm not a fan of Transformers Energon. He's known as Optimus Prime.
Damn.
Yeah.
What is this? Fat Albert voicing him? Hey.
Oh man. But yeah, my number one favorite design is the flame decal look for Michael Bay trilogy. The night one from Transformers Ancient Extension and Last Night is okay, but I don't really like it that much. I prefer the first three. So yeah, nothing can beat that. Hang on, coming.
Okay, so we get in here.
So, last thing about Optimus, he's like the GOAT, and Peter Cullen, again, the GOAT. Nothing can beat that. I mean, some can take up the mantle, but I still prefer Peter Cullen and Infinity for both Optimus and Peter Cullen. Hello?
Yeah, well, I'm still here.
Oh.
Wait, he's gone. I'm just gonna stop it from here.
Okay. So yeah, with Peter Peter Cullen's Optimus Prime, I give it infinity. Nobody can like top him.
I already said mine, so.
Alright then.
Alright, next up, Bumblebee.
Bumblebee, yes. Who was played by Mike Ryan. You know anything about him?
No, but so for Bumblebee in this version, he doesn't speak, but he does like speak to radio stations. Not until at the end of the movie he actually did speak. He only had like a couple lines like permission to speak and I was just staying with a boy. That's what his only lines were. And I did not know about this, but in the original cartoon and anime they actually spoke, which I prefer. I'm used to him actually talking.
Yeah, and I don't mind the beeping sounds from Bumblebee, but it could go either way. I don't mind.
Yeah, sure, but of course, before Bumblebee went to the Shining Camaro, he's an old, rundown version of the Camaro, and then it's like having problems and stuff, and then when Michaela insulted him and like forced him to get out and he went to find that and he turned fun to that, so there you go.
Yes, and I found out much more about Mike Ryan, that he also voiced a lot of Transformers in the past.
Really?
Yeah, because in Transformers The Last Night, he voiced Bulldog and Lieutenant. In Transformers Age of Extinction, he voices Lockdown.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Went from Autobot to, well, Lockdown's not technically Decepticon, so he's basically, yeah. So,
In Transformers, Transformers Revenge of the Fallen, he played Jetfire.
Oh, well, that's pretty ironic.
And in the Transformers game in 2007, he played Ironhide and Hoist.
That's pretty nice.
But for Mike Ryan's, version of Bumblebee in the movie, what do you have to give it?
9.
Same here.
Alright. And nobody can hate on Bumblebee. Like, what is your favorite design of Bumblebee besides the Michael Bay?
Okay, yes, animated, G1, Prime, the Bumblebee movie. Yeah, those are just my main favorites.
The Michael Bay trilogy, animated, Prime, that's it.
Okay, gotcha. Okay.
And since Bumblebee is like one of the greatest, he's got for infinity.
Alright, now we go to Hugo Weaving, the voice of Megatron in the movie.
Yes, my introduction to Hugo Weaving. Yeah, his version of Megatron is really menacing.
Yeah, I gotta say, it's somewhat similar to, like, Frank Volker, surprisingly.
It does, actually. And he did good for voicing him in the trilogy. And I'm really grateful for that.
Yeah, this was my introduction as well. I know other people got introduced to him in Happy Feet and when he played Red Skull in the MCU.
Right. And it's pretty shocking that he was Red Skull.
Well, he was the first actor, and then they changed throughout when they were doing Endgame.
Alright, I gotcha. So, my favorite design of Megatron is the first version, a little bit of, what do you call it? It's Revenge of the Fallen and Dark of the Moon, and then Transformers Animated, and then a tiny bit of Energon, and then Prime.
Yes, I agree with your statements. Yeah. And when Hugo Weaving was voicing Megatron, what Christian said before, missing, and he just captured the character like as well as Frank Welker did back in G1.
Oh yeah, it really sounds like a villain when he's voicing Megatron.
I give him a 10 out of 10. He did really great.
Infinity, and yeah, I agree with your statement. Hugo did awesome.
Yep.
We just have to wait to find out if Megatron will speak in the Rise of the Beast movie, since there's a toy of him. I don't know if Frank Walker will appear or someone else will.
Who knows? Okay, Next up, we get Jess Arnell as both Ironhide and Barricade.
I was a kid, I wouldn't know that the same actor voicing two different characters, and that's just awesome. And of course, about Jess Arnell, like, well, first, besides these voice-wise, I got her voice in Double Jump, and voice of that little Keen guy. I remember him.
Mm-hmm.
And so first he voices Cedric, the wizard, and then not wizard, sorcerer. And then I heard like his voice, like, oh my god, it's freaking Kiefer Douglas-Devitt. It's the exact same voice. So, and when I found out that who it was, that just shocked me. And it shocked me even more if I found out they voiced my favorite characters. But yeah, Barricade first showed up like this guy with a police car, then text Sam, and then they also voiced Ironhide, which is one of the coolest almost ever, especially this one specifically. My favorite Ironhide designs are a little bit G1, except for the toy version. Michael Bay, well, that's it. Oh, and a little bit of anime.
Good ones, good ones. Yeah, before I talk about my opinion, I first got introduced to Jess Arnell, yes, when he played Secret Squirrel.
Oh, that makes sense. It's a good one.
Yeah. And I gotta say, with Jess Arnell taking on like two like Transformers, yeah, Decepticon and Autobots, it was really something. But I gotta say, out of the two, no offense, I gotta say his performance as Barricade was like badass the most.
Of course. I really did like that. And my favorite version of Barricade is not too much of the last night I didn't like, but the Michael Bay I like, and War for Cybertron.
Yeah.
But for both Ironhide and Barricade, the goat of the goats, 10 out of 10 in Infinity.
Exactly. And next up, we got Charlie Adler voicing Starscape. Yeah, for his version, he kind of sounded like, you know, the original actor that played him in G1, but like more like menacing and terrifying. And how I first got introduced to Charlie Adler was, yeah, Cow and Chicken.
Makes sense, and this was my introduction to Charlie Adler. And when he first voiced Starscream, his voice was all like robotic, but now it's later on it's just more gravelly. Which I still like. Charlie Adler's like one of the best Starscream voices, other than Tom Kenny and Steve Blum.
Yes.
And my favorite, Michael Bay, Prime, and animated.
Yes, I do as well. I also like G1. Oh, of course, yeah. I also like his design, even though we saw it a little bit with Earthspark.
Oh yeah, which is similar to the one in Cyberverse. It's got the classic gray and red color scheme, and glad that Steve Bloom made a return.
Yep.
And for Starscream and Charlie Adler, 10 out of 10.
Exactly. Now we go to Ratchet, who is voiced by Robert Foxworth.
Why? What about him that he's like either the third or second voice for the professor that first appeared in Superman the 82s and now is in Justice Unlimited? And yeah, like with voice Ratchet, he did really good. Like give him a deep, I believe voice, but he still did pretty decent. I like the Michael Bay animated and Prime version. Okay, so yeah, we're talking about Ratchet. My personal favorites of Ratchet is just G1, animated, and Prime. Alright. That's fair. Yeah. Next up, we go to, Reno Wilson, who voiced Frenzy. Oh, yeah. Of course, Michael Bay is how I got this term is like my main favorite Frenzy. So, what's your favorite Frenzy? Yeah, it was here. And surprisingly, Reno is also another actor that played a lot of Transformers characters like Squeaks, Mohawk, Brains, and who else? And Mudflap. Yeah. And he did really good with these characters. Yeah, I gotta say. But with his version of Frenzy, it was just crazy. Especially that scene
where the whole scene with Bumblebee and all, it was.
Oh yeah, where he attacks them and Michaela knocked his head off with whatever that thing was she was holding.
Yep. But for this kind of frenzy, I give it a 9 out of 10.
I give it a 20 because this is a really cool design.
Alright, next up is Jazz, voiced by Darius McCary.
Yeah, and he did really cool. Give him a rapper type of voice. And yeah, I like the Michael Bay version and the G1 version.
Don't forget about animated.
Oh yeah, of course, animated. Phil Lamar did excellent.
Yes. I also like the one from Transformers Robots in Disguise in 2015. He had a cool voice.
Yeah, I kind of like that one too. And then, of course, Jazz got killed in the first movie.
Yep. Wish we could have seen him more, but of course they just had to kill him off that early.
Yep. I mean, I don't know, what can you do? So yeah, for this version of Jazz, 10 out of 10.
Exactly. Well, Blackout doesn't really have an actor, but we can still talk about the cool features about him if you want to again. Go ahead.
What do you mean?
You want to talk about Blackout?
Oh yeah. So yeah, of course, the first ever Decepticon / Transformer character to show up on screen in the movie. His first task was to destroy the military base and steal something from there. And yeah, and being a helicopter, it's just really awesome about him. And the fact that he turned animated was just unexpected. I kind of like the animated one, but my main one is Michael Bay. And the fact that they reused his model and Revenge of the Fallen for was it Vortex or no? It was Grindor. Yeah. So that's the thing. Guy interested through his character. But what's your take on Blackout?
Yeah, I first got introduced to him through animated, but when I saw him through live action, it was pretty outstanding. But I just prefer the animated one, especially when Bubba Robson did that deep voice for him.
I just wish he talks more instead of that, oh, sorry.
Bam.
Yeah.
For this version, I give it 1,000. It was crazy.
I know. It's a really cool Decepticon design.
Okay, next up we got Bone Crusher, played by Jimmy Wood.
Yeah. So yeah, back in the 80s, Bone Crusher was actually one of the Constructicons that could form to one dynamo called Death Center. But this one, he's character of his own and transforms to some kind of vehicle with a claw thing, which is a really cool design on him. Where he skates on the road and used it to attack Optimus, but of course he got killed off. Even though it was a short amount of screen time, I still like him. He's still pretty awesome.
Yes. And his design, yes, I liked it. It kind of reminded me of one of the monsters from Power Rangers when I used to watch the series. It kind of reminds me of that. But for this version, I give it a 10 out of 10.
Infinity, because it's better than the G1 version. I mean, if you like the G1, that's fine, but this one takes the cake, because, I mean, that's why Michael Bay makes the Decepticons a lot more cooler.
And the last Transformer we're going to talk about is Brawl.
Right. King of the Decepticons. So, yeah, I didn't know that it was part of G1. G1 is known as the Stunticons. Well, no. Okay, I'm confused with my analogy, but Brawl is really tough to beat. I mean, it got some parts, gotta check it off, but it's only defeated by getting killed by Bumblebee, getting dragged off by a tow truck because his legs got broken off. So, yeah. But the design for Brawl is just really cool. That's all I have to say.
Yes, I give him an 8 out of 10.
I give it 9.
Alright, and now we get to the actual live action cast with the main character of all, Shia LaBeouf as Sam.
And I had a hard time pronounce his name because I supposed to like Shia LaBeouf or something like that, but I learned how to Shia LaBeouf. And yeah, of course, this is how I got used to him in the first place. And the other was Surf's Up. The first one.
Yes, Surf's Up. And I also got introduced to him through the meme. Just do it! Do it!
And when he was really young, he appeared in the second movie of Charlie's Angels.
Yes.
And yeah, he didn't really like the second or the third movie. Even though he was in it, he actually didn't like those movies.
Understandable, because with actors, they can choose like whatever ones they like their hates. It's kind of like, who can I say in this situation? Okay, with Ben Affleck, he was like Daredevil, but that was for a good reason. I don't know what was Shia LaBeouf's reason for the Transformers films.
Yeah.
What I gotta say, when he plays Sam, yeah, Sam, he's really cool, but you know, the scenes where he gets threatened by the subcons, it can get wild.
Yeah. Especially the fact that, we call it, that one Decepticon had to, like, go into his mouth in order to, like, get one of his memories, his brain absorbed the Transformers language and stuff, so that was pretty gross to look at.
Yep. For Sam, I give him a 10 out of 10.
Me too. He did really good. Now for one of the hottest actresses, Megan Fox.
Yes, that's Michaela Baines.
Yep. So she poses as Sam's love interest, and yeah, like she first appeared, like he wanted to offer her a ride after like she broke up with her supposed boyfriend, and then like Bumblebee was like, "Hey, I have a problem," and then she started walking out, and then Bumblebee got started working and stuff, and it's a whole different situation. But there's a lot about Megan's life that you don't know, especially with her and Michael Bay. Would you care to explain to us?
Okay, so with, you know, because after she did the Michael Bay Transformers, she was off the role as April for the Michael Bay Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. But she doesn't really like to work with, you know, Michael Bay because of his directions of, like, how to direct or produce, you know. It's up to her because, honestly, she was fairly young when, you know, not like young, but at the age, you know, when she was, you know, playing her, Michaela in Transformers, but it could go either way. It's not
yeah, after my mom to get my attention. Hi, Mom!
So I just came back.
Oh, that's funny.
But let's go on.
Yes, for Megan Fox, yeah, like Blitz said, yeah, she has a bit of a rivalry with Michael Bay, and she did something that she didn't appear in the Drop in the Moon because she was replaced by a different actress.
Yes, and one of the main reasons is that she didn't want to kind of like do like these kind of scenes with Michael Bay anymore, is because you know what scenes I'm talking about, where she shows her sexy vibe, basically showing a lot about her body, basically. That's what she was so insecure about.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Because again, I know how different people react, but you just gotta respect a woman's body.
Yeah, that's understandable. I know she's hot and everything, but you can't just like force her to be hot and like certain things. That sounds right.
I mean, she's just naturally, you know, like beautiful. That's it. Like you can't just force her to like double it. Come on, man.
I know. But do you like her as April O'Neil?
I actually do, especially in the second movie, in the beginning of the episode. No, not the episode, my fault. The movie where she's doing an investigation. And it was like that one scene where she's disguising herself. It was like really sexy.
Yeah. But, for a character in the Transformers movie, it's alright. I give her a 9.
Yeah.
Alright.
Next one, Christian.
Josh Duhamel.
Before getting introduced to him in the live action, I first got introduced to him in Fanboy and Chum Chum.
Who did he play in Fanboy and Chum Chum?
He played the Ozman. Like the Ozman, you know, the comic book guy. Yeah.
That's so. So yeah, for his character, Colonel William something, he's a father and he's like a soldier and stuff. And yeah, he's a really recurring character throughout the franchise, but he became like sort of antagonist and fifth installment since he's helped with the stuff and stuff like that. But it's still a good character. I just don't like how he's portrayed in The Last Night. But I mean, what can you do? I mean, they return stuff all the time. But Josh, he's really awesome. The fact that he voiced a Skylander and Cybertron is named High Volt, it's just really wild. So
that's pretty awesome.
It's an affinity for me.
Same here. Like, he's a pretty good actor, and I do believe, yeah. Other than Samurai Chum Chum, I believe there's something else.
There's that ripoff of Cars called Wings he was in.
Right, yeah. And
I mean, I don't have any more, but I'm a guy because of Rob Schneider, but I was like, not too good for me.
What do you call it? For me, yeah, of course, Samurai Chum Chum, but he actually appeared as himself in The Replacements, the Disney show.
What do you mean?
No, like, he actually played himself in The Replacements, you know, the Disney show.
Oh, I didn't know he had a cartoon appearance.
And of course, he was also in Jake and the Neverland Pirates.
Oh yeah, I thought what's it, Flynn or Stan or something? That pirate dude. I can't remember.
Yeah, Captain Flynn. Yeah, you got it.
Alright, that's pretty awesome for him.
And he's one of the lucky people to play Two-Face.
I remember him playing Two-Face.
He played him in the movie Batman: The Long Halloween Part 2.
Oh.
And Part 1, yeah. Which is a good role for him. But yeah, I'll give him affinity. Now to Tyrese Gibson.
Yes. Playing Robert Epps, the one I found about that said left cheek, left cheek, left cheek. Is another recurring character. And in the third film, he's like retired, he's like working something else. I forgot what it was. Anyway, he's a really cool dude. I don't know what else to say about him. I think he's really awesome. Tyrese Gibson did an excellent job playing this character.
And he also did an Optimus Prime impression.
Oh yeah, I saw that on YouTube, and Charlie Butt was explaining to it, and he did effing awesome.
Yeah. Another time I got introduced to him was Fast and Furious with Dwayne Johnson. Like, remember that scene?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, yeah. I realized that was him. He's a very, very old. I'm just playing.
High enough big ass forehead.
No, I'm just playing. Oh, whatever. Oh man. But Tyrese is a classic character for just for franchise. I give him affinity.
Awesome. Me too. And now, do you know the actor Rachel Taylor who played Maggie?
Maggie.
You know,
oh, you mean that girl with the accent? Yes.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, her perspective, she is just, how would I say this? Like, one of those youngsters, like part of a Secret Service or whatever, but trying to figure out about the virus. She went to this one guy, and then she got like arrested by the FBI, and then she was served as a backup ally or something like that. I don't know how else would I explain it, but she did really good in that movie. I gave her very nice.
Same here. And now for the one of the funniest actors, Anthony Anderson.
Yep, he's portrayed as a nerd. The girl we mentioned, he's the one who she went to, and apparently he lives with his grandma. And when you can hear in the background, like, who is it? Shut up, Grandma! Take the prune juice!
Jesus.
Yeah. And then, like, when the FBI showed up, and he's on the ground, he's like, don't get on the carpet. My car doesn't like being on the carpet, especially the police. And then we get to the scene we mentioned earlier about the donut he ate, the entire thing. And yeah, it went there all cool sugar rush and stuff. But besides this and Big Mo's House, he appeared in the movie I do. Oh yeah, that's right, he did. And the movie I was about to mention was Samuel L. Jackson was next on the plane.
Yes, and another one I first got introduced to was.
Was it him or Kane Thompson? I think it might be Kane Thompson. I think I mixed it up.
Yeah, you did.
Yeah. But another time I got introduced to him was Harold and Kumar Go to White Castle, where he played the Burger Shack employee that went all crazy. Yeah,
Okay.
that was funny as hell.
Yeah.
And he was also in My Wife and Kids. That was really good to see him there. Of course, he was a recurring character in Law and Order. Let's see here. Of course, he was in Hell's Kitchen where he played himself. And of course, he was in his own show called Blackish. You ever heard of that show?
Yeah.
Yes, I have. I've never watched it, but I am familiar with it.
Yeah, he's a really cool guy.
Yeah, it's really hilarious. I give him an infinity.
Exactly. Christian, you know about John Turturro, I believe that's his name?
John Turturro.
You know, Agent Major Seymour Simons. Simmons.
Oh, of course. Yeah, yeah. This is how I got this show, and I saw him again in Anger Management. Like, oh my god, what's it there for Transformers? I got so excited, you know. And you don't know Zohan, both Adam Sandler movies are just awesome. What I didn't know that he was Francesco Bernoulli in Cars 2.
Yeah, that was really surprising. Yeah, first getting introduced to him in Cars 2. Another movie I got introduced to him was Do the Right Thing.
Okay. I know it's in that one, but yeah, Agent Simmons being the head of the now banned Sector 7, and he came out Bumblebee and stuff, but it became a current ally now, but he's a pretty hilarious character. And John Turturro did excellent, and the fact that he's actually Italian, which I didn't know, which makes sense why he voiced Francesco. That's funny because he explained an Italian character and Do the Right Thing. Ha! Wow, that is funny. Yeah. John Turturro, a 10 out of 10. Exactly, and we can't. The late Bernie Mac, he played Bobby, the used car salesman. Right. This is how I got introduced to Bernie Mac. And I got introduced to him again in, I had to stay with Chris Rock, and then the movie was Halle Berry, and I just died to called BAPS, Black American Princesses, where he stood as their boss, and he took away their chick because Halle Berry was paying attention. She was bigger and stuff. And there's also a movie that has something to do with Ashton Kutcher. Get to it. The movie I first got introduced to him was Madagascar 2, where he plays Alex's dad. Yes, it was a shock for me. He did really good. Mm-hmm. And that is it with Bernie Mac. Hold on. Do you remember Brian Stivic being in the movie? Brian Stivic? You know, the voice of Leon Sr., he was in the movie. He played, oh, yeah, that's right. I totally forgot about that, yes. Yeah, he barely had any lines, it's just there, but, yeah, that's pretty awesome that he's a part of the movie. And besides that, I also got introduced to him in Zack and Cody. Yes. Also got introduced to him in Kowski, Nicky Ricky Dicky and Dawn, Mixels, and many other projects, including The Loud House. Yeah, he is a really legendary actor, so I give him an affinity. And also to the late Mel Gibson, I don't know if it's Gibson, god dang it.
Way to go.
Yeah. But, yeah, an amazing cast, and now to our final thoughts. Yes. I'm glad I got used to touch more through this movie, and I'm being a fan of it ever since.
I give it 1,000,000, 100 plus, and infinity because it's just really awesome.
I'd just give it a simple 10 out of 10. I'm just hoping the new Transformers movie that's coming in was the July or June. June, I think, right?
June. Yeah, June.
Yeah, June. I hope it does really better this time. Especially how
I see the trailers, and yeah, I think it'll turn out great.
But yeah, that's my final opinion, and there we go.
All right.